Hello, agents. Hello, everyone. So today I want to talk about something that's kind of a pet peeve of mine, and I don't know why the insurance companies don't do a better job on this. I'm sure it's a systems issue, a pricing issue. They don't care enough about the situation to do something about it, or maybe they're just not even aware. But what we're going to talk about is the way insurance companies illustrate the end of term with their multi-year guarantee MYGA annuities, and how some do a really amazing job and do it very well that helps be clear to the agent and the client, makes it really clear, and then others just make it incredibly difficult and actually advantageous to their product, like their product's better than it shows. So let's go ahead and jump into this, and I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly regarding end of term and MYGA multi-year guarantee annuities, and how really to read these illustrations or what to look for in these illustrations should you are presenting one to your client and they have a question. Most clients that read these illustrations should have a question if it's not done correctly. So let's go ahead and jump into this. MYGA's end of term. So how to illustrate. So I'm going to start with, let's start with a bad one here. This is, okay, so this is a 5-year MYGA. This is from Liberty Bankers Life, who's a great company, and they have one of the best advantages in their MYGAs that most companies don't have. The Liberty Bankers all have what's called a walkaway, what we call a walkaway, or fully liquid after the term. So if you go 5 years with their annuity, in this case, the rate's 4.25 currently as of today, September 19th, 2022. Happy Monday, everyone, by the way. And if you go with this one, it's 4.25 for 5 years. So as you can see, you get, it's all laid out here beautifully. And at the end of the 5th year, your accumulation value right here shows 615 based on a 500,000 premium, right? Grows to 615,673, your accumulation, but your cash surrender value is 588. So if I'm a client reading this, I'm like, well, after 5 years, end of year, it says end of age, right? End of year and your age, I'm just going to still pay all this penalty, right? It sure seems like, even though the accumulation value on both columns is 615, the surrender value shows 588. So it's a question that's come up multiple times. Why is it read that way? And then we got to explain, well, at the first day of the 6th year, it's actually liquid. And if you go look at the 6th, see how these match off in the 6th year. And we got to explain that. But still, the client, it leaves a little question in the client's mind. We don't like leaving questions in the client's mind. So really, why isn't this not broken down? After the 5th year, your value is 615, 615, all these columns should read 615 for that day, and then jump into the 6th year, or have a special right here, right? So we're going to look at another company. This is with Sentinel Security, also a good company for MYGAs we work with. Just so you know, I'm pointing out these companies just because I use them so much, and we sell a lot of them, and that these are questions that have come up. So not putting the company down or anything. Hopefully they'll take some advice and maybe increase their or do better. But here's Sentinel. So Sentinel does have a 30-day window. It's not a walk away like Liberty Bankers, super clean. After the 5 years is 100% liquid. This one, after the 5 years, the surrender charge starts again. So if you look at this column here, you'll see 88760, right? And there's a 0. And look, if you look, the current value and the cash surrender value match off here. So how come they can do it, but Liberty Bankers can't? Because this is assuming it's the last day of the last year. So Liberty Banker still has a surrender charge on the last day of the last year. So the last day of the last 5th year, they still have a surrender charge. First day of the 6th year, no surrender charge. With Sentinel, if you scroll down to there, during the last 30 days before the end of any guarantee period, the contract can be surrendered with no market value adjustment. So really what they're saying here is there's a 30-day window to decide if you want to leave. So they can match durations here. They can show a match here because it's before. So there's technically no surrender charge in the 30 days before the end of the period. So they can show this match off here. So a client might go, okay, look how clean that is. However, if they miss that 30-day window here, unlike Liberty Bankers where it's totally liquid and they go day to day, month to month, this one re-ups. As you see, the surrender charges re-up at a lower amount, 5550. So you have surrender charges again, and then you see the accumulation and cash surrender no longer match until, again, the 10th year, where another 5-year period, and you have a 30-day window before the end of that 10th year to leave. So this one is better Still a little confusing because, actually, no, I like this one a lot because it does break down, but they should also have, you have a 30, it should say right here, for 30 days prior, even though it's down here, maybe make it a little clearer. But all in all, this one's really good for the way they do it. It looks fully liquid right there. So not a lot of questions from the client that's just reading this. It clearly says 0 surrender charge, but I don't like it because it says for the whole year there's a 0 surrender charge. So there is a star down there saying that it's the 30 days, but it could be a little cleaner, I think. But overall, I give it an A. It's a good illustration, and as long as people pay attention to the dots and notice, but there is actually a 5% surrender charge, I believe, in that whole 5th year, except for the last 30 days. So anyway, that's a really good one from Sentinel. But now we're going to jump to who I think does it the best. And if any insurance companies are watching, you all should probably do it this way because it looks the best. So this is Oxford Life. And I'm going to focus on them and give them a really good shout out here. So Oxford has a multi-year. I ran this. Let's see if I can blow this up a little. Here we go. So as you can see, you have the 5 years here. 420 for all the 5 years, and then you'll see the beginning value, the end value, the surrender value. So in the 5th year, you can see at the end of the 5th year, you still have a full account value of 426. I don't know why this is not done on 500,000. It was done on a different dollar amount for some reason. I did it on 347 to grow. I don't know why it's done at a lower dollar amount. But I meant to do this at 500,000. Any case, you can see they started with, 347,000 and it grew to 426. And if you exited on the last day of that 5th year, be 403,000, you'd leave. See the surrender charge. But look at this cool thing. After the 5th policy year, there's a 30-day window in which you may withdraw all of your money. And then it shows it 426, 426, 426 during that 30-day window. So this separate one line in between is awesome. And then they renew back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that should be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. That's a little different. Maybe we can have some comments on that. But overall, look at this. Laying this out in the middle is super clean. It gives no questions that you have 30 days to get your full money. So I think all the MYG illustrations should look like this. I love this. It lays it out perfectly. As you can see. And just for that, let's talk a little bit more. If you have any questions on this, please give me a call. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Oxford Life here and go a little bit about them. Oxford is a company out of Phoenix. They've been around since 1965. They're A with AM Best. They have a B+ with Weiss. That's very strong. Weiss is not one who gives a lot of B+ out. So that's very strong. They have 2.9 billion, almost 3 billion in admitted assets with an 8.7 surplus, 257 million in, surplus. The 8.7 is pretty good. The industry averages below that. So that's pretty good. Anyway, that's Oxford Life. They have a great brochure as well. If you would like to offer them, we have contracts available for agents and agencies. I've been working with them for a while. A good, strong company. They lay out their surrender charges right here and everything you can do. They have some waivers with terminal illness, nursing home, and healthcare there. All good stuff with Oxford Life and MYGAs in general. We like our MYGAs, as you know. If you have any questions on any of these, please give me a call. If you need a quote, I'll have a link in the description. Follow me on LinkedIn and YouTube for the most up-to-date information. And we'll be talking about split annuity next this week. Got a lot of catching up to do. Had a kind of distracted week last week, so let's get back into this and do some MYGAs. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.